I am in the business of staving off illness before it starts. And a great way to do that is to keep your body clean and healthy and detox. Hi, my name is Lisa Garcia, and I am a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, a National Board Credentialed colon hydrotherapist, and a certified electrolymphatic therapist from California Coastal Cleansing Institute in San Diego. My family has a history of chronic illness, and it's kind of big time. And I noticed that so many people that I know are suffering from chronic illness, all kinds of inflammatory diseases, autoimmune diseases, Hashimoto's. I mean, I have a 19-year-old nephew that has Crohn's disease, and you can never fix that. That's not curable. It's just manageable. So I started looking into why are people getting so sick, and I really believe that it is in our society today. It's our diet and our lack of exercise. It's our lifestyle. So it's the way we live, the way we eat, the way we move, the way we think. And so I wanted to try to get into a profession that helped health-wise. By the time people are seeing a lot of the doctors and nurses, especially in a hospital setting, they're already really behind the mark for health. I figured I'd always struggled myself with chronic weight, and I always struggled myself with being able to control binge eating, and so I started with the food. I started educating myself on what nutrition was and why it's important to have good nutrition. I started trying to figure out how I could try to help myself first and then others with overeating, eating the wrong foods. I have a mom who has lupus, and she is on a ton of pain medicine, and it's because her body is inflamed and in constant pain. But I see her sitting there eating a bowl of chocolate ice cream and smoking a cigarette, and I know that she wants to be healthy, but she has so much problems with that. She has so many issues with actually the behavior change of it. So she, right as I was making my decision on whether or not I was going to become a health coach, she had a surgery. And that surgery put her in a residential rehab for 6 weeks while she rehabilitated her body from what she had done. And during that time, I decided to do a little test. And I told my mom that I would visit her every single day if she promised me that she would allow me to work with a registered dietitian that worked at the facility, and she would drink a green smoothie a day. And she agreed. And so that started my path on finding things that convinced me that I was on the right path. So my mom took a certain amount of pain medicine, several different types, strong medicine every day, Percocet, gabapentin. She was even on some level of morphine to control this pain in her body, this constant inflammation. So what we did was we did a little test. No grains, no animal products. She was basically on vegetables and fruit and veggies, my green smoothie, and I did let her eat a few sugar-free things, but I tried to keep the chemicals down. And within 5 weeks, while she was in bed, not exercising at all, she lost 16 pounds, and they had to cut her pain medicines in half for her because she was getting too stoned on the medicine. She couldn't function, even speak right, because she was having to take, it was just so much of a dose for what was going on in her body. What was interesting though is that I actually had to fight with a registered dietitian in the beginning because I asked her why my mom was being fed plates that were filled with sugar and white flour. And she said, "Oh, I'm sorry, let me look at her chart." And she came back to me and she said, "Well, your mom is on a regular diet." And I said, "But my mom has lupus, systemic lupus, which is an inflammatory disease. It's where your whole body is inflamed and it's like on fire inside. These foods exacerbate that condition." And she goes, "Well, I'm really sorry, but people with inflammatory diseases don't get anti-inflammatory diets as part of their care in residential or short-term care or even in hospitals. Unless you're a diabetic or they have a certain brand for you, heart patient, you can't, you have to have low cholesterol. But the general public, and I find the general public all has some low-level inflammation going on in their body, which is leading to all these other weird diseases that everyone's coming up with. But working with a serious National Board Certified Health Coach can make all the difference in your success long-term and your changes being, that which are lasting changes in your life.